Hey, what is going on? Welcome back to the channel. Now, listen, if you know me, you know I'm a huge fan of motivation. You know, like if I could take any drug, it would just be like intravenously in my system, just motivation running straight through me. And when I hit those roadblocks, when I'm like, I just can't do it anymore, and I just need a little hit. You know, I just need a little hit. Like I personally, this is just me. I'm a little bit weird for it, but I turned to TikTok because TikTok has some of the greatest quote unquote motivational videos that you will ever find anywhere. They are nuts. So I just wanted to go through some of them with you today. Share them with you. Share the motivation, share the love. Make sure you know you can do this. You got this, bro. It doesn't matter what situation you're going through. You got this. You got this. Now, before we jump into it, if you're new to the channel, my name is Gregg Clunis. Welcome to the channel. On this channel, I am talking about personal development, self-help, and how insanely ridiculous it all is. So if that's your kind of thing, click the subscribe button right now. Let's jump into the first video here. All right, so our first video here, we've got 4 total videos that I want to go through. Guaranteed to get you pumped up, get you excited, get the motivation going. Like we're gonna have a good time. So let's jump into this first one. We've got a clip, it seems like, from David Goggins. Now, if you don't know David Goggins, he's a Marine, former Marine, or some kind of military, maybe Navy, maybe Army. I have no idea. He has kind of like an insane story about sort of shifting into his alter ego Goggins to I don't know. It gets kind of wild. Now the guy is military, like he's faced some stuff I'll never have to face, so it's not like I'm gonna sit here and bash him for that. But just so you have some context on who this guy is and how he approaches the world. Let's do it.
You want to be the baddest motherfucker ever at what you do? You could be misunderstood.
Okay, first of all, what is this music? Like, why are we all of a sudden in the opera? Like, what is...
You want to be the baddest motherfucker ever at what you do?
Sounds like the Halo theme
you
song.
You be misunderstood.
Why is this the music? I mean, I know this isn't about Goggins. This is this, like, page, Inspiration Nation, whatever. Why is this the music? Okay, whatever.
You want to be the baddest motherfucker ever at what you do? You could be misunderstood by everybody. Because you're going to be so fucking obsessed and so driven to get there. That's what it takes. But if you...
What is this weird, like, obsession that we have with, like, being the I don't know, being this, like, outcast? You know, like, oh, I'm so weird, I'm so crazy, like that's why I'm gonna get what I want because I'm the one willing to do the work. Meanwhile, everyone else isn't. Like, why can't it just be like, oh, you know, I worked really hard. Like, it doesn't have to be like me against them. They think I'm crazy. They think I'm obsessed, but truly, I shall prevail. You know how many people are obsessed, are work their ass off, really trying to do it, and they just don't? Like, it's just such a weird framing of it. Like, it doesn't, it's not about, oh, do you work hard or not? It's just like, it doesn't have to be that. I don't know.
You want to fucking go to that edge where people do not like you, don't understand you, question everything you fucking do, you've arrived.
What? That's so lazy. That's such a lazy point. Like, you know you've made it when everybody hates you, when everybody questions everything you do. You know you've made it. When you've got haters. Is that really the life that we should be aspiring to? Like, everyone hates us, so that means we're successful? That's just denial. Like, that's not an admirable trait. Having everybody hate you is not an admirable thing to work towards. Like, yeah, bro, you know, I ain't got no friends. My family hates me. Like, but it's all good, bro, because I went to the gym, you know? I'm swole as fuck.
When you are misunderstood to the point where fucking people think you're psycho and you're nuts and you're this and that, why are you in the fucking gym?
Wait, what is this breathing? Why is there breathing in this opera Halo theme song? What is happening? This is insane.
At 1 o'clock in the fucking morning. What's wrong?
Who's going to the gym at 1 in the morning? That's not an admirable thing. The only people you see near gyms at 1 in the morning are drug dealers and I don't know, this guy, I guess. What? You don't need to work out at 1 in the morning to get swole. Like, if anything, that's not good. Like, you should be prioritizing sleep if you want to lose weight and build muscle. Like,
You will never understand what is wrong with you. I'm gonna be badass, mother.
What the hell was that? Hello?
I'm gonna be badass motherfucker ever. At what you do.
Wait. I am the Reaper. Guys, this is a coded message. That's why you go to the gym at 1 in the morning, because the Reaper is going to get you. Okay, I get it. Thank you, Goggins. Okay, so the next one we've got, now that we're sufficiently prepared, we went to the gym at 1 a.m., we fought off the Reaper, we are sufficiently prepared to take on the challenges that life is going to throw at us. And who better to give us that motivation, that inspiration, that knowledge than Matthew McConaughey himself. Let's go.
Life is not easy. It is not.
Facts.
Don't try to make it that way.
Facts.
Life's not fair. It never was. It isn't now, and it won't ever be. Do not.
Okay, I just gotta. Do you realize how easily that all came out? Like, why do you think that is? Why do you think it's so easy to just spew all of that out? I'm going to give you the answer. It's a rhetorical question. Because it's bullshit. It's bullshit. If we want to say it French. Like, okay, yeah, life isn't easy. Life isn't fair. Those are very simple, very easy, very straightforward things to say. And where is the information being imparted from that? How is that helping in any way? If somebody is struggling in their life, they already know it's not fair. They already know it's not easy. Like, this isn't helpful. And then he starts, don't fall into the trap. Where's he going?
Fall into the trap. The entitlement.
There we go. The entitlement trap. That's the problem. Because you feel entitled. That's why you're struggling, guys. Because you're entitled. Oh my. Thank you, Matt. Thank you.
A feeling like you're a victim.
A feeling? Okay, so this guy's victim blaming and talking about entitlement. This is like a cacophony, if I can use that word. This is a cacophony of right-wing conservative talking points. He's hit the entitlement. He's hit the victim blaming, the victimhood mentality. Like, this man is in it. This is the guy, man. This is the guy. This is the motivational coach. Tony Robbins, who? I'm all about that McConaughey.
You are not. Get over.
You're not a victim. Just remember that. You are not a victim. It doesn't matter what happened to you or what somebody else did. You're not a victim. Never mind the fact that we're all victims of capitalism. I'm not going to get into politics. But come on. Like, is this really... And like, look at these comments. I am Groot. People don't like his message because it's easier to make excuses instead of making it happen. Wise. People may want to say this is not valid because he is rich, but the message is 100% spot on. I bow to you, McConaughey. I bow. I am fully motivated, fully ready to take on all of the struggles that do not make me a victim in any way. What a wild ride, man.
Get on with it. And
Get
yes,
over it, get on with it. And yes, most things are more rewarding when you break a sweat to get them. That is the most generic statement I've ever heard in my life. If you ever run into a coach or a person who's like hired to talk and motivate you, and they say this string of sentences, life is hard. Life is not easy. Life is unfair. And you are not a victim. And most things feel better when you work for him. Like, this is like straight out of like a Dr. Seuss book without the rhymes. Like, it's the most bullshit string of sentences I've ever heard in my life. I don't know how else to describe it. All right, let's just watch the next one. All right, so we got Steve Harvey on this one. You know Steve. You know, I think is it the Steve Harvey show? I don't know. He hosts some show. Pretty sure he used to have another show, and he was an actor. I don't know. He's done some stuff, but now he's in this position, right, where he wears fancy suits like this and has videos in black and white and is on a stage. You know, okay, let's do it.
That has grown into something beautiful that didn't have no dirt on it.
So I just want to point out, because I saw this earlier, this man here wins the GOAT of the Century Award, J-Dam. Chia pets don't need dirt. I mean, you can't argue with that logic. Chia pets do not need dirt. That is, in fact, true. Also, seeds don't need dirt. A lot of plants don't need dirt. I don't know. I'm just saying.
You take a seed and throw it on the concrete. Don't put no dirt on it and watch what happens. See,
okay, I'm going to counter argument, Steve. If you take a seed and you throw it on the concrete and you throw some dirt on top, watch what happens. The answer is nothing. Nothing will happen because, it's concrete. It's not about the dirt necessarily. Like, just throwing some dirt on top of it, it's not going to do anything. It's about the environment that seed is in. In fact, you could almost argue, bear with me here, I'm just freestyling. I'm just going off. I'm not as experienced as Steve. I don't have a cool little suit. But you could almost argue that maybe it's about where you plant the seed. And if we want to make a metaphor, which is what he's doing, if we want to make a larger metaphor where the seed is you and your life and your ability to move forward and be amazing in this world and grow into something great. And he's trying to argue, you need dirt. You need the struggles to grow. If we want to really make that argument, I think it has much more to do with, are you planted on soil versus concrete? See, most of us are planted on concrete and we can't make any roots because it's concrete. Can't buy a house. We can't make more money. We can't find a union. We can't do anything about the situation that we find ourselves in, right? Now, that doesn't mean that we have to give up. That doesn't mean we don't work hard. That doesn't mean we don't try to be better. But Steve, you're actually making a phenomenal point here, that the environment you are raised in, the world that you live in, the political climate that you live in, the laws in place that are there to support you or hold you back, the lobbying that happens from people far, far richer than you will ever be, affects whether or not you're able to grow and plant roots and become something beautiful. Great point, Steve. I'm sufficiently motivated, but just because of that, I'm going to let you finish. I'm just going to let you play this out.
Because you got dirt on you. But you need dirt on you to develop. Because dirt ain't...
Okay, he's really into this, dirt idea, which is concerning.
Just dirt. Dirt is fertilizer.
Not always true. Not always true. Not always true. There's a reason when you have plants, you have to swap out the soil every few months or so, because the dirt loses its nutrition, and if you give a plant old dirt, it's not really going to do that well in it. I mean, I know I'm getting super into the weeds of this plant metaphor, but it's just wrong on the face of it.
Dirt is nutrients. Dirt gives you the strength for your seed to push through. So you gotta have
push
dirt
through
on
what?
you to push through something. Everything.
You gotta have dirt to push through something. This man is straight up saying, yo, you need them struggles, dog. You know how you can't pay rent this month? That's a struggle, bro. That's gonna push you forward. It's gonna push you forward. It's gonna give you the strength. You know how you might end up homeless? That's struggles, dog. Struggles. this like struggle, like we fall in love with like the struggle and separating ourselves and being the alpha and the sigma and whatever other kind of nonsense. I'm not even going to let this video finish. Let's jump on to the next one. Okay, so this one we've got, I think his name is Mike. I don't know. He's Logan Paul's friend is what some casual gamers calls him. So I'm going to do that too. Advice I need to hear.
Let me tell you this. If you've made it through addiction or mental illness, you have something. Because a lot of people don't. If you are still kicking today, battling those demons, you have something. Because a lot of people didn't wake up today because they couldn't make it.
Okay.
Couldn't cut it. And
Okay. All right. Okay. I'm not going to get funny about this one. This is a serious conversation. Addiction is a massive, massive problem. It is or should be considered a mental illness or a disorder, or it is at the very least a mental health issue. And this guy, so just for context, this guy Mike, Logan Paul's friend, is how I will be referring him going forward. He is a former addict or recovering addict. I'm not really sure. Like, I think once an addict, always an addict or something like that. I don't know. I'm not going to get into all of that. I'm not a professional here. But he made it through a really tough time in his life, right? And my understanding, based on podcasts I've heard him on and sort of telling his story, is that it was actually really messed up. Like he had an injury, went into the doctors, was prescribed Oxycontin or one of those other ones, and like so many people before him and after him who have fallen victim to the opiate problem that the United States has, it led to a lot of struggle over the next years. And so I'm really surprised by this one. Like, I'm really surprised by how he's framing this, honestly, because in the beginning it sounds good. Right? It's just him trying to motivate someone who might have pushed through this really difficult moment, feels like they're exhausted, feels like they don't have anything. They don't have anything that they can do anymore. They don't have an opportunity. Like they're just screwed. They're starting from the sewers. It sounds like that's what he's doing in the beginning. But then he goes to this. He goes to this line right here.
They couldn't
cut it,
and you fucking did.
And you fucking did. They couldn't cut it. In order to lift up and motivate people who just pushed through something so challenging, his approach is, let's tear down the people who didn't do it, the people who couldn't make it, who maybe weren't lucky enough to have the support systems, maybe weren't lucky enough to have the opportunities, the help, the chance that they needed, who maybe struggled and isolated everybody during that struggle and ended up alone before they realized it and didn't have the helping hand that they needed in order to make it out. He decides that instead of just motivating the people who are still here and still struggling, instead of just doing that, he's going to elevate them, help them feel better about themselves by comparing them and pushing down the people who didn't, the people who weren't able to, framing it as this was one giant game, one giant competition, and you won. You're the elite. All those other little people who didn't make it, like, they're just failures. They suck. They didn't work hard enough. Like, that's the whole problem. I'm going to transition away from just this guy here. That's the whole problem with this entire thing, this entire industry, this entire narrative. Everything is framed as I win, you lose. Everything is framed as I'm going to beat you. I'm going to outwork you. I'm going to be better than you. This giant competition that we're all supposedly in, that we don't even know that we're in. That's the problem with personal development. That's the problem with motivation and self-help in this entire industry that, quite honestly, is just built on bullshit. It's built on the backs of all the people who didn't have the opportunity, didn't have the chance, didn't have the things that they needed, the helping hand they would have needed in order to make something happen, didn't have the support of the country that they live in order to make something happen. It's built in such a way where people who were lucky deny the role that luck played in order to elevate themselves as somehow inherently better than other people, than the people who couldn't cut it, who couldn't make it. That's my problem. But hey, at least I'm motivated, right? Let's do it. Listen, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I've been Gregg Clunis. This was super, super fun. And I'm going to do it again because TikTok motivational videos are insane, as we now know. And it's kind of fun to tear them apart. So let's get it going. Click subscribe if you haven't already. Click the bell if you haven't already. Leave a comment, actually. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Did I get something wrong? Did I get everything right? Like, just tell me. Tell me what's going through your head. And I'll see you in the next one.